Jessie. Welcome to Super
Hi,
Talkshow.
thank
Hi.
you for having me.
Yeah, it's so nice to have you here with us. And you're actually coming to us from Jakarta, which is so far away. So can you give an introduction about yourself and also what does Jakarta look like?
Hi everyone. My name is Jessie. I am an incoming freshman in college. Um, I live in Jakarta, Indonesia. If you guys don't know where Jakarta is, it's basically in the same country as Bali. And Jakarta is actually the capital city of the country for now because it's apparently sinking, which is sort of concerning. But yeah, and what does Jakarta look like? Jakarta is it's it has very, very bad traffic because like almost everywhere you go, it's like super jammed and like it's only like certain times when you go somewhere where there's not much traffic jam. Like even now, like just now, it was like pretty late. I was coming home with my mom from the mall, and it was like still jammed, which I'm not sure if it happens anywhere else because, well, that's something special we have here. It's always there to welcome you. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But wow, I did not know Jakarta is sinking currently. So save Jessie
Yeah.
at all costs. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. So to start off this interview, of course, we all know you as, an intern at Summer Crim 2022. So
Yep.
can you start briefly just giving us a description about, how you got the internship? So just for context for super audience, there's 12 people in total who were interns at Harvard Crimson Summer. And eight of us went there because we won the Harvard Crimson Global Essay Competition, and there was also four of you guys, I believe, right? Was it four or?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
four of us.
great.
Okay, so how I got the internship and how the other four people got the internship was like slightly different. Back in either I forgot if it was like March or like
Okay,
April.
Jessie,
I'm not.
your voice is like cutting out a little.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no.
Let me
We
just
can hear you. It's I think the audio.
the audio. Should I change like my Wi-Fi? Should I switch or like should I try like switching Wi-Fi?
Yeah, that.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just change the. Okay, is it like clearer now?
That's so much better.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep on going. Yeah.
Okay. So sorry for that like interruption, but anyway, so it was like either back in like either March or April. I'm not sure when it was, but so like the Harvard Crimson, if you guys did not know, they have like a lot of global programs. So I actually joined one of those programs. It's called the Business Leadership Academy. Um, so, because like I got an email from the organization that they work with because I've joined a program last December, an entrepreneurship program from Harvard student agencies. So like since I was some sort of like an alumni, I got like a promotion email from them, basically describing the program. So basically it's for those of you who may be interested in a career in consulting in the future because so the program was like we had lectures and then we had like experienced guest speakers who actually like came and explained to us like let's say the consulting framework and how to make a proper presentation and all that. And we were then formed into like several groups. Personally, my group had like only 3 people. I'm pretty sure the other groups had like more more people in their group, but how they group us into groups is that as they say it's based on our sign up responses, because when you sign up for the program, you need to fill in a Google form. There are some questions, and the second stage, there'll be an interview to see how well you can, like, interact with someone. So what we did was like, so the mentors, they gave us a fictional case, similar to how like consultants solve like business problems in real life. So like in our like individual teams, we had to create a solution and a presentation, and then at the end of the 3 weeks, because it was like 6 weekends over, wait, 6 weekends, no, sorry, 3 weekends over, yeah, 3 weeks, so it was like 6 days. And over that, on the last day, we did our presentations like team by team. There were like 2 cases, because like there were quite a number of people, so the entire program was split into like 2 cases. I think I got case number 2. It was like about solving, it's not solving the poverty rates. I honestly forgot what the case was about. But it's like something along the lines of creating a supply chain, something like that, or like easy access to like, banks, if I'm not wrong. It was like something about that in like rural Mexico. So like it was a challenge. And um when we first signed up for the program, one of the reasons why I actually signed up for the program was because of the internship, because they were like, if you win the competition, you have a chance of winning an internship with the Harvard Crimson. So like I forgot when, but like I think it's either week 2 or the second last day of the program, the mentors, they sent out a Google form to the whole program, and they asked us, like, those interested in the internship, to actually fill the Google form. So we had to fill the Google form, and from each winning team, they're gonna select at least one member, like based on our Google form responses and based on our performance throughout the program. And I was lucky enough to be selected, because like my team won the like our section of the program, like the consulting competition. And like I was fortunate enough to get selected for the internship program, and that's how I ended up as an intern at the Harvard Crimson for the summer. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. But I got lost at the part that, so how many people were there in general? And I'm guessing there's two, like there's one topic and the second topic. I'm guessing
Mm-hmm.
2 teams from each topic, right? And then one member out of that entire team.
No, if I'm not wrong, like the entire program had like 30 or 35-ish people.
Yeah.
And like so like 3 teams would present for like case 1, and 3 teams would present for case 2. And like in case 2, because like they select like one team who wins like the competition out of like each category. So like there's gonna be one winning team for like those who are assigned case 1, and there's gonna be another winning team for those who are assigned case 2. And my team, fortunately enough, we won. We were the ones who won the case 2 category. And like out of like our 3 members, or like um out of the, let's say, like other groups had like I think 4 or 5 members, I'm not entirely sure. So like they select 1 out of 3 for like my team, and for like the other teams, they were selected based on their Google form responses.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
like yeah, that's I think that's how the other interns who like whose team didn't win the competition, how they got the internship.
mm-hmm. I see. I'm wondering what questions were in the Google form, because this is actually really interesting. The way that like you guys had, you know, well, what I mean is for our global essay competition, we don't see who we're fighting against, but here
Ah.
having, in the same room, is there a competitive environment? And also what's the form about? Is it like academic questions or just random questions about your, yeah.
So like basically for the program itself, there was definitely some sort of like competitiveness like going on because like everyone wanted an internship and everyone like wanted to win. So like there was definitely that like degree of competitiveness going on. And even like personally, in my team, you could actually sense that competitiveness amongst like the three of us. Um, I'm not sure about the other teams though. And like in regards to the Google form, no, it wasn't like academic questions. They asked like questions like, why do you want the internship? Like, what are you intrigued about? Like during this internship, you know, like what attracts you to this internship? I'm pretty sure that was like one of the questions. Another of the questions was like, if you could have dinner with anyone in the world from like any period of time, like who would you choose and
Mhm.
like why? And
Who,
what would you talk about, you know?
yeah, who did you choose?
That was like one of the questions. Sorry, what did she say?
Who did you choose?
I think I wrote Catherine Parr.
Who's
If
that?
I'm not mistaken, I wrote Catherine Parr. Because so like I'm a huge fan of Broadway. And like one of the musicals that I was like constantly listening to that time was Six the musical. So like it was about King Henry VIII's six wives.
Oh my
Yeah, and Catherine
God.
Parr was the last wife. And like
Oh,
based on her story, she did like some remarkable things that
wow.
basically like, you know, stood up against Henry and his Henry-ness, you know. So like I think I like I forgot like what I wrote in like the second part of the question, but I do remember that I wrote Catherine Parr because like at first I was debating on whether I should like, you know, sound very like loyal to my country by like writing one of my country's heroes. Like her name is Kartini. She basically fought for like women's education rights and like freedom in Indonesia. But then I was like, but my heart was like, no, but like I don't want to have dinner with her. I would rather have dinner with like Catherine Parr, you know. So like I wrote Catherine Parr. And the last question was in relation to the program. They were asking what's a solution that you came up with and that you're the proudest of as part of like the program and the consulting competition?
Mhm.
So yeah,
I
those were the questions. It was a pretty short Google form actually.
hmm Wow, that's so interesting. But definitely we talked a lot about like how you got the internship. I want to shift to like what we did in the internship.
Yeah, definitely.
One part you found really attractive about, not attractive, but what was like your favorite part about the internship?
I would say the social nights. That's
Oh,
probably not the wisest thing to say, but like
uh-oh.
um I love like the game nights because like they were really fun, especially when we like played Among Us and like everything.
Yeah.
Because like it was hard to guess who was actually the imposter, and
Mhm.
like it's the people you don't expect actually. And another time we played, I forgot like what game it was. Like
Oh,
it
was
was
it
the one
like,
where we had to draw.
oh, yeah, yeah. Wait,
Yeah, the one where I had to draw, and like we had to like guess what like our other like teammates are drawing. That was like super fun as well. I forgot what it was called though, the game. It was
mhm.
like something like Gartic Phone, right? Or was it Gartic
Not
Phone?
sure. I forgot. The
Yeah.
one Among Us, I'm pretty sure once we played, you killed me.
Yeah.
I was private messaging you, like, was it you? Yeah.
No, no like hard feelings, right? Because like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna kill. I didn't even know who it was. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna kill random like people.
And I had
Yeah.
the random one. Yeah. Um, so definitely the socials were like really great. And Jessie, I want to ask you one question. It might be really tough, but I think around week 3 or something, or week 5, we you might have done this activity where you shadowed a content person, or you know how we worked with content people. So you might have some
Yep.
experience there. Um, would you say you like content more or business more? Which board do you like more? If you
I definitely like business more. I
Ooh.
definitely do like business more because like, you know, fun fact, I do like quite a lot of writing. Like back in like high school, like especially considering I was an IB student, so like basic writing was my life. But like even for extracurriculars, I would join like organization, like news organizations, like on Instagram. So like I would like, you know, search up information and like write them into a post and like stuff like that. So like I did plenty of writing, even like since I was young. I was part of my school's newspaper or like newsletter. But like during the internship itself, um I realized that I loved business way more than writing. Like I don't know whether it's from like all the, because like I was fed up from like writing so many essays like in high school, or like but yeah, I can pretty confidently say that I like the business aspect of the internship more. Like if I had to choose a career, like if I would go into like journalism, content, or like business, like and become like a corporate slave, I would go become a corporate slave. So like yeah.
Um, nice choice of word there. Wow. Okay, definitely.
Yeah.
So what, you know, since you're going to college, what major are you thinking about?
Because like I'm going to Japan for college slash university, and like in my university, Waseda University, because like we have like several undergraduate schools. I think we have um like 4 or 5 like for the English based degree programs, because like my program is in English because I can't speak Japanese, and if I take a Japanese program, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna understand anything. So like basically I applied to this school of international liberal studies. Like it's different from the other undergraduate schools who like offer English degree programs, because like sales, or like the school that we apply, I'm just gonna refer to it as sales because it's like way easier and like way shorter to say. Sales actually like adopts an education system somewhat like the US. So like you just need to choose your major at the end of your second year. So like they have like a few like concentrations, that's what they call it, if I'm not mistaken. Like I think there are like 5 or 6. There's like a political something of the global economy, and then there's like film media studies or like psychology. I'm honestly like I'm not sure, but personally I plan and I applied there because like they have business and economics. So like yeah, I'm planning to concentrate in business and economics. Yeah.
Oh wow. That sounds really cool. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm running out of questions. Oh, I guess one last question for you is, you know, whether it's about IB, because you went through the IB program, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There might be IB. Well, I'm sure there are IB's Super Talk Show audience right behind the camera. But whether it is about IB or the Harvard Crimson internship or anything, if there's like one piece of advice that you can leave for Super Talk Show, for the Super Talk Show audience, what would it be? Or it can be a
Can I
quote.
give like can like be like a few pieces of like advice regarding like
Be great.
IB and like the internship?
Mhm.
If you guys do like if you guys do have the opportunity to actually like sign up for the internship, I think you guys really should sign up for the internship, because like it's basically a kickstart before you actually go to college, because you get a chance to become an intern with like people who actually like have actual experience dealing with um consulting and like business services and all that. And like you learn a lot of stuff too for like a high school student, because like sometimes even as like college freshmen, like it's pretty hard to get like internships. Like the application process is definitely gonna be harder in comparison to the summer crimson internship. So like I do suggest that you guys go for it. And in regards to IB advice, I personally did my IB years like online, because like when I was gonna start grade 11, the pandemic hit, and like here in Indonesia, even until I graduated, actually it was like still pretty bad. So like I did the non-exam route. So like my final IB score is based on my predicted and like you know my IAs and everything. So like some pieces of advice for me is that when you're in grade 9 and grade 10, really scope up the subjects that you like and you do not like, and choose your IB subjects wisely. Like, for example, for me, I low-key regret taking economics HL because like I realized I didn't like it that much. And like I probably would have liked psychology HL more. So like my HLs were Indonesian B, so it was like Indonesian as a second language. I did a business HL and econs HL. My SLs were English Langlit, Math AA, and ESS. So yeah, that's like one piece of advice I have. And in regards to the stress and the workload, it's actually manageable. You just have to like manage your time. It's like, personally for me, I found it like manageable. Like you're gonna stay up late. I mean, trains you for college. So like you're gonna stay up late to like finish up your essays and like do some settings for like formatives and like summatives, but it is actually manageable. And do not cram your EE in 3 days, because that's what I did. Like I mean, like I had like initial information like beforehand. Like I found like the reports of like, because I did business for my E, because like it's my favorite subject. So because like I analyzed the Walt Disney Company's acquisition of 21st Century Fox. So like I had to look up like their growth reports for the past 4 or 5 years. And like that's all I did beforehand, and like probably a bit of like the executive summary, like the beginning part, but I didn't do the analysis, and I had to cram it like in 3 days. I mean, it was doable. I just stayed up like super late. But like, yeah, it is doable. But if you don't want to like, cram, just like make sure you have it like planned out. Like do it bit by bit. Yeah. And find a good E supervisor, because your E really, really depends on how good your supervisor is and how active they are with you, and how you can interact with them. Because like that actually affects the feedback that they give you. So like that's my advice for EE. As for TOK, I do not I honestly don't have any advice, but it's not as like boring as like some people say, because like most people say like, oh, TOK is super useless. But personally for me, it was like pretty interesting, considering that like, we're like debating about like theory and like everything. And like if any of you guys in the audience have ever joined like the World Scholars Cup, it has like pretty similar, like you can talk about like similar things. Because for me personally, because I used to join the World Scholars Cup, and the things that you have to learn for the competition actually like comes out. You can like use it as your materials and like everything. So like, yeah. And like this most important thing, even though you're stressed from IB, remember to have fun with your friends, enjoy your high school life before you separate with your friends for college. Because being holed up in your room all day just for the sake of IB is not worth it. You're just gonna get stressed. So yeah, that's my last piece of advice for all you IB DP takers.
Wow. Thank you guys
Yeah.
so much. No, not thank you guys so much. But thank you so much, Jessie, for all these advice. And thank you guys out there for listening to this amazing interview. And I definitely learned a lot. I think so does the Super Talk Show audience. Yeah.
I'm really great if I could like, give like useful advice, I guess. And thanks for having me. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah. Thank
Yep.
you so much. Bye.
Okay. Bye.